If those 10k months, £100,000 in a weekend, or I made £5,000 in 3 hours, Instagram marketing posts send you straight into comparison mode. Or even worse, makes a part of you want to scream, "Oh, fuck off," whilst your energy takes an absolute plummet, this video is for you. Because what we're about to unpack isn't about them, it's actually about you. And why that gut reaction is keeping your income way lower than it needs to be or wants to be. Because what you're feeling is not just jealousy, it's actually resistance. And if you don't deal with it, it will continue to quietly block your success for years, forever and ever. So let's unravel this. I'm Amy, the most sought after and highly recommended business and mindset coach for professional organisers in the UK, with a 6-month waitlist to work with me one-to-one. I empower you to become the woman or man you need to be to build a profitable, freedom-filled decluttering business that works around your life, not the other way around. Subscribe if you want, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what money resistance really is, how it's sabotaging your success by showing up in your business, and exactly what you can do to break through it. Years ago, and way before I started my businesses, I knew I had money blocks. And I discovered Denise Duffield-Thomas, and she had a book called Get Rich, Lucky Bitch, which of course I read. And I thought, yes, this is it. This is what I've been missing. I tracked every penny that came in. I literally had spreadsheets galore. Every single password I had was set to what I wanted to earn. £5,000 month, £10,000 month, 6-figure year, whatever it was, obviously with symbols and punctuation. I did all the things, but it didn't work. It helped a bit, don't get me wrong, but it really didn't shift those core beliefs because it wasn't deep enough. I thought that repeating affirmations and changing passwords would be enough to change my life. But the truth is, I hadn't healed what was underneath. And that is the difference between mindset hacks and true transformation. I was doing all of the surface level stuff, which really, let's be honest, is not that difficult. But I wasn't actually dealing with the emotional stuff underneath. And listen, I'll be completely honest, as I always am on here, when I saw other people online talking about just how much money they'd made that day or that week or month within income marketing, I didn't feel inspired. I just felt pissed off. I would have that same gut reaction of, fuck off, I don't care, that's great for you, woohoo! Like really sarcastic, there was this internal snark. Not because they'd done anything wrong at all. In fact, in terms of marketing, it's actually a really good thing to do. But because it hit a nerve, right, it really triggered me. Because deep down, I didn't believe that I could have that too. Even though I didn't realize that at the time. I didn't realize that it was down to belief, right? I had no idea because I hadn't done the work. I hadn't done the real deep work. And maybe that's you right now. Maybe you're feeling how I used to feel and just like you want to throw your phone across the room when all of these gurus are popping up telling you how much money they've generated. I get it. Like I literally used to be that person. But you say you want more money, but when someone else shares their success, it doesn't feel good. It literally feels like a personal attack. Am I right? And that's not because you're a bad person. It is because a part of you does not believe that it's possible for you. So instead of admiration and feeling like, yay, well done, that's so great for you, oh my God, how amazing, you actually just feel resentment, like pure hatred, green envy. And here's the problem. You cannot attract what you actively resent. You just can't. You cannot call in what you judge. You will always energetically repel what you secretly believe you're not worthy of. So be honest. Have you ever reacted that way when someone is talking about money online? Tell me below in the comments. I would love to hear. I wonder if you're brave enough. No judgment. Obviously, I have just announced my old beliefs to the entire internet world. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, then you will know that I rave about this guy. But Brad Yates talks about this to absolute perfection in his tapping videos. specifically the ones linked to money. But I have actually linked one below that I'm going to be talking about now in the description box. So just click in the description box and you'll find the video linked. Because if you have any type of resistance towards money, whatever it is, or if any of this is ringing true for you, you must go and watch this video immediately. It will start to change your life. Like, I'm not joking. But you need to watch it with an open mind, like anything in life. If you want to grow in life, in your personal life and in your business, then you need to have an open growth mindset, not a fixed closed mindset. He explains that when you resent people who have money, even just a little bit, you subconsciously stop yourself from becoming one of them. Because if you hate rich people, then you definitely do not want to be one. Even if your logical mind right now is saying, obviously I want more money, obviously I want to have more freedom in my life and more choices, which comes from having more money. But actually, even if you're saying that, there's clearly some sort of resistance, right? It's usually very deep rooted. And the reason that you definitely don't want to be a rich person is because what if they resented us too, right? What if having money made us greedy, selfish, or unrelatable? What if we lost friends or got judged? So instead, our brain tries to protect us. It stops us charging our worth. It sabotages our sales. It makes us very busy in our businesses, but not profitable. All so that we can stay safe. But safe doesn't build the business you want. Safe doesn't create 5-figure months. Safe keeps you small, exhausted, and bitter. Now, for me, everything completely shifted when I hired my business coach. But getting to that point was extremely difficult. I dithered for months. And let's not talk about the previous years before, where I had constantly heard people saying, having a business coach is so amazing. Having a business coach will change your life. La, 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 all this. In fact, literally years ago, a Facebook friend actually started a business coaching business, and she offered to coach me in exchange for some various tips about something. And when she told me that she charged £400 an hour, and I'm talking, how long ago was this? I don't even know. I can't think right now, but maybe probably 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, something like that. And I was like, oh, I nearly fell off my chair when she said that she charged £400, because at that point, I literally had never even looked into business coaching. I had no idea that actually £500 an hour was pretty standard, in business coaching. I literally had no idea. And so I was like, whoa, that's insane. But it planted the seed that actually business coaching can help, even way before I started this business. Anyway, I'm going off on a massive tangent here. But I dithered. I overthought it for absolutely months after these previous years. I let my poor money mindset scream at me for weeks because it felt like such a huge amount of money. It was almost a £10,000 investment, and I absolutely did not have that kind of money just lying around in my business, because throughout my business, I've always reinvested all of my money back into business, into whatever it is, into tech, into learning, into systems, whatever. And so I just didn't have that kind of sitting around. And I felt physically sick. When I sent this email in reply to her saying that I wanted to sign up, I literally felt so sick. I felt like someone was going to jump out of a cupboard and scream at me and shout at me. I literally was properly freaking out. But I knew deep down, my higher self was screaming, being like, yes, this is the right decision. You finally made it. Literally, it was such a battle in my brain. But I did it. So I did it, I sent it, and I felt really relieved, but very scared. Because deep down, I knew something absolutely had to change. I had tried everything, and I was sick of myself not being where I wanted to be. I had big goals, and I felt so trapped, and I had this deep knowing that I had to do something really, really radically different to become the person that I needed to be to make all of this happen, to make all of my big goals happen, right? And not just someone who keeps working on it, stuck in the minutiae of daily tasks. And that investment, scary investment, literally transformed everything. My entire life. And I'm not being dramatic, completely and utterly transformed my entire life. I mean, I owe so much to my coach, so much. And not just in terms of revenue, though, yes, my income grew exponentially, but the growth I experienced as a person, that internal growth, That was the real shift. And that kind of growth has helped me level up again and again and again. Every time a new challenge has come up in my business, to build a 6-figure business, to eventually create a 7-figure business if I want to help even more people. I have massive goals, right, for helping so many people to genuinely transform their life in both parts of my business. And I can't do that without making more money, right? To show other organisers what's possible and to help more women change their lives through decluttering and manifestation. And yes, she was the one who first introduced me to tapping, which again, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I am obsessed with. And I laughed when she first said it, like I had done 10 years previously when someone told me about it. But I did it because I was paying her a lot of money and I was damn well going to listen to everything she said. And I was pretty much going to do everything that she suggested for me to do as well. And when I watched that first Brad Yates video, I cried hysterically. I can't remember now which one it was. It probably something that seriously hit one of my core wounds. And that is when I knew this shit worked. Like, I was just blown away. How can a video of something make you cry like that? Because it was compulsive. It was like, look, like, it was like all of this stuff just came out. It was so wild, I can't even explain it. But later, when I found the video that I've mentioned here in my video, the one about money resistance, it actually made me laugh a little bit because what he said, it was almost as if he had literally crawled in to my past brain, my old brain, before I'd done any money mindset work. And it was like he was reading out exactly what I used to think about people with money. To the letter, word for word. Like, go and watch it, and honestly, then you'll know how my old brain was. So I was so proud of how far I'd come when I watched that video, but it also showed me that there was still work to do, right, around my worth and holding money and charging properly. And this was back in early 2024, right, when I first started working with my coach. Before that coaching, I was making 3 to 5K per month consistently in my decluttering business when I was solely working with in-home clients, right, before I'd scaled my business into online. But when I started reducing my in-home work to build my online business, while I was setting everything up, my income often dipped. It became random, inconsistent, and pretty chaotic. Sometimes I earned a lot more, but often it was less. And there was burnout, massive undercharging, spreading myself way too thin across 2 brands with absolutely no team. Like, totally ridiculous. It was a complete mess. After I invested in myself and got support hiring my coach and also hiring my first VA, virtual assistant, 5-figure months, multiple 5-figure months, consistently, but not just the money. It was the confidence, the clarity, like everything, the spectacular transformation for my clients and my core students as well, because it all has a knock-on effect. When you grow, how you help people is better, right? It's literally better for everyone, right? When you invest in yourself, it just is. And that is the difference when you do the deep work, not just adding more and more and more physical tasks to your to-do lists that generally 9 times out of 10, it's all busy work, right? And this is why I teach the important energetic work inside every single one of my programs. Organiser Business Blueprint, which is for aspiring professional organisers to help them get their business fully set up, launched, and profitable from the beginning. Scale with Amy, which is for booked up professional organisers who want to scale to higher incomes and have more time freedom. Get Visible, Get Clients, which is my complete Instagram marketing course for lead generation, visibility, and growing on social. And this is precisely why my one-to-one coaching clients double, triple, quadruple, even 6 times their income and finally feel like the confident powerhouses that they deserve to be, because they finally stop self-sabotaging and allow themselves to receive. Brian Tracy said, "If you envy successful people, you create a negative force field of attraction that repels you from ever doing the things you need to do to be successful. If you admire successful people, you create a positive force field of attraction that draws you towards becoming more and more like the kinds of people you want to be like. Let that one marinate until you understand it and believe it. Now, if this video slapped you with some uncomfortable truth, then that is a massive yay! Yay! Because that is what growth feels like. Invest in yourself, not just with time and effort, but with the right coach, the right program, or the right support for you. Do your research. Please get personal recommendations. Don't just assume someone's got to be great because they've had a bit of TV or PR. You need to make the right investment. It will change your life. Do the work, not just the tech, not just ticking off the checklist, because you are worthy, you are ready, and you can absolutely build a successful, profitable, professional organising business. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.